What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I have missed you guys. I have been kind of sick, under the weather, not feeling too great. I just sounded like shit and I just needed to rest, and I've been making a video a day for pretty much 2 months now, something like that. It was like I really did want to make a video. I kind of wanted to do one on my phone, just like unedited and raw, and just kind of make the video. But you know what? I honestly just wasn't up to it. I didn't have the energy, and it's still lingering. I'm not really feeling the greatest right now. I'm just a little tired. I'm just tired and kind of exhausted. And like, I do run a whole other business besides this, so I have to make sure that that's still running. And then I work, so I kind of burned out a little bit, had a low on energy, got a little sick, did some fasting, and yeah, I'm doing well now. I'm getting a little bit better. So in this video, in this wonderful, big, crazy video, we're going to talk about my ex was my best friend. And this video is for you. You know who you are. So this is quite common, because whenever people enter a long-term relationship, they get close. You know, you get close and you start to learn things about each other, and you start to learn, you know, you share very intimate and very personal things with this person. And this doesn't make your breakup any different than another breakup, really. It's just when you break up with someone that is your best friend, which is quite common. A lot of people become best friends during the relationship, because you bounce all your ideas. Like, think about what really is a best friend. Someone that you bounce ideas off of, someone you talk to all the time about your problems, somebody that you can rely on, somebody that doesn't let you down, right? Somebody that you love being around, somebody that takes care of you, somebody that does certain things for you that not any regular friend would do. Now, when your lover becomes your best friend, you kind of have the best of both worlds when it comes to that stuff, especially if they're a very giving person. Some people aren't very giving. Some people want to receive before they give and shit like that. So if you have someone that was your best friend and they were, you guys were each other's best friends and shit like that, then awesome. Now, that will make your relationship much more difficult, depending on how close you guys were, how much time you spent together, of course. But again, this isn't going to make any difference when it comes to your breakup, because you still have to do the same things. You still have to separate yourself from them. You still have to separate, like, you have all those memories and all those great things that made your relationship awesome and valuable to you, right? You have to try to separate yourself from that, because when you dwell on it and when you think about, like, okay, my ex was my best friend, like, what can I do to get them back? Or what can I do to get them to speak to me again? Well, what some people do is the female will sometimes try to put them into the friend zone, because they realized how special that person really was, but they don't want to be intimate with you anymore, and they want to go fuck someone else, or be in a relationship with somebody else even, right? And you cannot accept that. You cannot accept that ever. You want a romantic relationship with this person that you once loved so much. And if you accept friendship, now you're basically telling her, I'll do anything that you want me to. Whatever you decide is what we're going to do. And which gender leads in relationships? Men. Men are supposed to be the leaders, okay? So absolutely, you cannot accept being friends. And if you're in that situation, you back off. You're supposed to back off regardless if somebody ends the relationship with you and you didn't want that. They didn't want to talk. They didn't want to communicate. They didn't want to try to fix the problems. So they left you, right? So absolutely, you need to be backing off and working on yourself. Now, I always say you should be working on yourself. I say it in almost every single one of my videos, but it always rings true. Because when you work on yourself and you work on your goals and your dreams, no matter who enters your life and leaves your life, you still have this task. You still have yourself that you can work on and be comfortable with. So during your relationship with this person, it's very likely that you had something happen, or you didn't keep pursuing those awesome goals and dreams. Now, it's very common that you did. Maybe you did, and they just didn't, maybe they still fell out of love with you. But I'll tell you something. When somebody is in love with you, they're not dumping you. Okay? And obviously they fell out of love with you for some reason. There's multiple reasons, but a lot of the times it's because the man stops being a man and starts gaining weight, stops working on his goals and dreams. He stops going to the gym, taking care of his health and his body, stuff like that. So when you go back to being that person, start taking care of yourself, start making yourself the best person you can be. They were attracted to you once, and if you turn them off enough, sometimes it will be extremely difficult for you to get them back, but it can still happen. And that's why you need to go back to doing those awesome things that you did and the person that you were before you started dating. But now you're going to have all this experience and all this knowledge from this relationship that you just went through. Then when you go back to being that person, the action taker, that goal getter, that goal, the goal setting, goal achieving man that you were before, then they're going to get re-attracted to you. Hence why I named this channel Mind Body Attraction. Everything is attraction. There is a such thing as pre-selection. There is a such thing as like when you walk into a room and a bunch of females see a man, right? They know instantly within 5 seconds if they're going to sleep, if they would sleep with that guy or not. Absolutely, that exists, and that's true. Guys know that the second they look at women. They would say, I'm not my man. I'll look at a woman, I'll be like, and like say I'm with my boys, or say I'm at work and I see a good looking female walk by, I'm absolutely going to be like, oh, I would. Yeah, 100%. That's the way human beings are. And a lot of other dating coaches are going to tell you, like you can like master this like dating game thing and like get anyone to sleep with you. And like some, like very little of that is a skill you can definitely learn how to like talk to people and kind of like do some persuasion techniques, like pickup artists and shit like that. But this is going off topic, but anyway, you need to go back to being that awesome guy, that awesome goal setting person. And one more thing that you're probably going to wonder is, how will she see me doing this? And that's not the point. The point of you going and working on yourself, working on your purpose is for you, okay? Because you're going to become this man of abundance. Your time matters. And if some woman dumps you, there's another woman waiting. There's another woman out there, like 15 minutes. What's that saying? There's another bus every 15 minutes. There's always someone there. There's like, especially if you're a man of abundance, because most men are men of scarcity. They're trying to save. They're trying to, I don't know. They're just not abundance men. Okay. And, you have to become that special, that extraordinary man. And worrying about a woman isn't going to help you get there, man. Okay. So, your ex was your best friend. It's still the same. You still need to back off. You still need to walk away. You still need to become that extraordinary man. And eventually you're going to get to this point where nothing else will bother you because you're so on your purpose. You're so on your mission. And that's what you're here to do. You're here to find your mission and purpose, fulfill it. Okay. And if somebody comes along for the ride, a woman, then cool. She adds to your life. She doesn't become your life. You should be completely okay with being alone. And it's difficult at first because you're so used to being like, you're so used to being around people and around this person. Okay. You're so used to being alone. Sorry. You're so used to being around this person that it's a shock to you to be alone, but be comfortable with being alone. Be okay with it. Okay. I prefer to be alone. I'd rather be alone. I don't mean not in a relationship, but like away from people. Cause I'm in my thoughts. And if I ever want to be around people, then I'll go do that. And I have friends that know that I'm like that, and they're awesome. You know, like I can't complain. And my girlfriend's fantastic for that. She can go do her thing. I can do my thing. She's an independent person. So am I. And you're a whole person. She's a whole person. You guys come together to share your completeness and share your lives together. And then when that person becomes a part of your life, right? Like if they're in, like if you take them and you include them in your life and you're like, I'll do this for you, man, you end up losing sight of who you really are as a man. And you end up losing that spark that makes you special, right? You end up losing that awesome fucking factor that makes you an awesome, desirable man in her eyes. And it happens over time. That's why a lot of like really awesome, compatible people will break up after like 3 or 4 years, because they stop being awesome as fuck and they start just kind of being bland and boring. So that's it for this video. And yeah, just be comfortable with being alone. And I promise you, when you start working on these things, the other women will start noticing you, and you're going to be like, oh shit, cool. And you can start like going to these places. You can start going to meet women at wherever these, like whatever your passions and shit are, you can go meet women there. Right. And you'll meet awesome quality women. And I'm going to make a video on where to meet women. It'll be awesome. Done.